The movie begins in Ireland, where armed police surround a massive, isolated mansion, sealing it off as helicopters hover above and sirens echo through the air. The authorities believe the owner of this estate is the most dangerous thief on Earth, a man who has stolen priceless artifacts from museums across the world and vanished without a trace. Far away at sea, the police interrogate a captured criminal named Mulch Diggums, demanding to know where this mastermind is hiding. But Mulch shocks them by revealing the truth. The real genius behind everything is not the father they are hunting, but his son, a boy named Artemis Fowl. Artemis Fowl is no ordinary child. Even at a young age, his intelligence surpasses that of his teachers, classmates, and nearly every adult around him. School feels like a prison to him, not because he struggles, but because he is bored beyond belief. He dominates chess tournaments, builds advanced scientific projects, and earns global recognition for his brilliance. Yet all this praise feeds his arrogance, slowly convincing him that he is superior to everyone else, including the adults who try to guide him. Despite his cold confidence, Artemis longs for one thing above all else: time with his father. One evening, he returns home excited, hoping his father will finally stay. Instead, he learns that another mysterious business trip awaits. His father promises this will be the last time, and that soon they will be together forever. With heavy hearts, they part ways as his father boards a private helicopter and disappears into the sky, leaving Artemis alone in the vast mansion. The next morning, Artemis awakens to panic echoing through the house. The family bodyguard, Domovoy Butler, is visibly shaken after receiving disturbing calls. As Artemis eats breakfast, a news broadcast reveals a shocking truth. His father has been officially declared the world's greatest criminal, accused of impossible thefts and presumed missing after his yacht was found abandoned at sea. Artemis's world collapses in an instant, but before he can act, a phone rings with devastating news. A mysterious voice claims responsibility for kidnapping Artemis's father and demands the return of something called the Aculos. When Artemis presses for answers, the caller mocks his intelligence and hangs up. Determined to uncover the truth, Artemis follows Butler into a hidden underground chamber beneath the mansion, a secret headquarters preserving generations of family secrets. As they search for clues, Artemis recalls a poem his father used to recite every night, leading him to uncover a hidden diary that changes everything. The diary reveals a secret world that Artemis once believed was nothing more than bedtime stories. Elves, dwarves, and magical beings are real, living in a hidden city called Refuge beneath the human world. The Aculos, Artemis learns, is an artifact of immense power, one so dangerous it could reshape both worlds. Realizing that only the fairy people can help him save his father, Artemis sets his sights on doing the impossible, forcing the hidden world into the open. Deep within Refuge, Captain Holly Short navigates a world on edge. News of the missing Aculos spreads fear through the fairy city, as leaders declare it the most important object in their existence. Commander Root orders every officer on full alert and strictly forbids any human from learning of their world. Holly, already burdened by the disgrace of her own father, senses that something far darker is unfolding behind the scenes. While tensions rise, a shadowy villain secretly frees a powerful prisoner named Briar, ordering him to infiltrate the fairy ranks and retrieve the Aculos at all costs. At the same time, Holly is assigned to capture an escaped monster wreaking havoc in a human town. She bravely confronts the creature, rescues a child, and survives a brutal encounter as time is frozen to erase human memories. Yet even as she proves her courage, Holly defies orders, vowing to restore her father's honor no matter the cost. Back in the human world, Artemis pieces together his father's trail, realizing that the Aculos is connected to both Holly's disgraced father and his own disappearance. Using his intellect as a weapon, Artemis lures Holly into a trap, capturing her with precision and foresight. When she awakens inside a specially designed cell, she is furious, but Artemis remains calm, explaining that he needs her help to save his father and uncover the truth. Within minutes, the fairy army launches a full-scale assault on the mansion. A massive storm surrounds the estate as time freezes once again. Artemis and Butler prepare for battle, using strategy and technology to overpower elite magical soldiers one by one. Eventually, Artemis forces Commander Root into a standoff, threatening to expose the fairy world to humanity unless his demands are met. He gives them 15 minutes to surrender the Aculos. With no other options, the Fairy Council releases Mulch Diggums from prison, sending him to infiltrate the mansion through underground tunnels. As chaos spreads, Artemis finally opens up to Holly, sharing the pain of losing his father. When he removes his protective glasses, showing trust, Holly realizes their fates are connected. Artemis reveals a crucial detail from the diary. The guardian of the Aculos was named Beechwood. Holly is stunned. Beechwood was her father. He had hidden the Aculos to protect both worlds, sacrificing his reputation to keep it safe. In that moment, Holly understands that her father was never a traitor, and Artemis realizes the truth is far more complex than he imagined. Just then, Mulch breaks into a hidden chamber inside the mansion, unlocking the very artifact everyone has been searching for. The Aculos is finally revealed, radiating power beyond comprehension. Holly warns Artemis that no human can wield it alone without dying. Meanwhile, Mulch secretly alerts Commander Root, while the villain behind everything dispatches Briar to seize control. As systems fail, Briar betrays the fairy leadership, declaring himself the new commander and unleashing a monstrous weapon toward the mansion. The monster crashes into the estate, turning the battle into pure survival. Furniture shatters, walls collapse, and panic spreads as everyone fights to stay alive. Mulch swallows the Aculos to keep it safe, while Holly, Artemis, Butler, and Juliet struggle to protect one another. At the height of the chaos, Butler risks his life to save Artemis, taking a devastating blow that leaves him crushed beneath the monster. As the time freeze dome begins to fail, hope seems lost. Holly desperately wants to heal Butler, but magic has been disabled. Then, at the last possible moment, her powers return. She heals Butler completely, turning the tide of the battle as the fairy army retreats and the skies explode with collapsing energy above the mansion. With the immediate threat gone, a new danger emerges in the skies and sees outside. Holly rescues stranded humans as reality snaps back into motion, barely escaping a massive vortex of destruction. Ordered to return to refuge, she refuses, choosing instead to stand with Artemis until the truth is revealed and both their fathers are cleared of disgrace. Inside the mansion library, Holly finally uses the Aculos to try and save Artemis' father, but the villain contacts them, mocking their efforts and seemingly killing Artemis' father before their eyes. Believing he has failed, Artemis breaks down, running through the mansion in despair, calling out to the man he thought he lost forever. Then a surge of magic fills the room. Artemis rushes back and finds his father alive. They embrace as the villain screams in fury from afar. Artemis's father reveals the final truth. He and Holly's father worked together to protect the Aculos, and Holly's father died a hero, not a traitor. His final wish was for his daughter to know the truth. Emotions run high as alliances are restored and sacrifices finally acknowledged. Holly returns to refuge, where the evidence clears her father's name and earns her a promotion. Justice is finally served, though scars remain from the battle that nearly destroyed both worlds. Back in the human world, Artemis confronts the villain, vowing that this is far from over. He boards a helicopter with his father, joined by Mulch, as a new chapter begins. The boy who once believed intelligence was everything now understands the cost of power and the weight of legacy. If you were Artemis, standing in front of an artifact powerful enough to save your father or destroy the world, what choice would you have made? Would you trust it or would you fear it? Let me know your answer in the comments as the story reaches its final moments. What began as a simple discovery became a collision between worlds, forcing a genius child to grow up faster than anyone should. A reminder that sometimes the greatest battles are fought not with weapons, but with truth, courage, and the willingness to stand against impossible odds. If you enjoyed this epic fantasy movie recap, make sure to like the video, subscribe to great animation recaps, turn on the notification bell so you never miss another powerful story, share your thoughts in the comments, and keep watching for more thrilling recaps just like this.